pretty far along in the E36 engine bay project, and if you're wondering how we got this far, let me rewind and I'll show you all the work that I did leading up to this point before we move on to the next step. So as you can see here, guys, I have made a good bit of progress as far as engine bay prep work. Lots of sanding going on. Sanding all of this and all of that. Sanding and sanding and sanding. Still have a long way to go. I am getting there. I am making progress. So next up is I need to fill in all these holes. A couple pinholes here. This is where the turbo manifold actually laid. So that was actually kind of dented in. I actually brought it out the dent decently. I just need to fill in some of these holes. Over here is where I removed some bracketry. So those holes need filled in. I did get my welder hooked up. Have it wired up to my laundry room 220. So that has been working well. I actually did a little welding today. Made a straight pipe for my ZR2. And immediately took it off because it sounded like total shit. So I am by no means
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it!
A good welder, especially like little stitch welding like this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out, but it's only one way to learn. Let's give it a shot. It's an easy one. Let's try the easiest one. My undercoating is catching fire, so I need to get rid of that. That should help. We're getting there. It's not pretty, but we're getting there. A bunch more holes left to go. Alright guys, welcome back to the E36. Continuing on with the engine bay disaster. You can see I have all the holes welded up on both sides. It is not perfect by any means, but the holes are plugged up, they're sealed. I did get some warpage of the metal, which I'm not surprised because I don't really know what I'm doing. But now that all that's done and a bunch of sanding's done, I'm going to start putting some filler. So what we're going to do over here, since this is a little more dented up and more of a mess, I actually got some filler more designed for that. So the base layer, I'm going to use Bondo glass, short strand fiberglass reinforced filler. Pro tip, when you buy stuff from Advanced Auto, figure out what you're getting before, or pick everything there and then buy it online. You can use, they always have a 20% off if you buy it online. So just purchase your stuff online and pick it up. I'm just hitting it with some wax and tar remover. Get it all nice and prepped for the first coat of filler. Now let's mix it up. I think I'm going to start on the easier side. The side that needs less work. This is probably actually too much for this, but it's okay. Ooh. That's a good first coat. I think it dries pretty quickly too. So I'm going to hit up this side now. You might as well, right? Coming out better than I thought, but as good as I hoped. So let that dry. Not sure how long. Stand by. And then we'll do a little bit of sanding. And then we'll add some more coats. I'm also going to put some underneath just to make sure it's completely sealed up on both sides. Sanding and sanding and sanding. Got just a few very small pinholes in there I gotta fill. So the spot putty. All right, while that's drying, I did get a remote bleeder kit, so I can install that. One step closer to mating the tranny and engine for the final time. Nice kit from Speedway Motors. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff, including an air freshener. New engine sent. Now I know this release bearing, throwout bearing doesn't look the greatest, but it isn't very old. The guy had an aftermarket clutch in, which doesn't have any miles on it, so I assume this has the same amount of miles on it. So I'm not going to replace this, as it appears in just fine condition. Doubt there's many miles on it. Hopefully I won't regret that later. Tip 1 off remote bleeder kit installed. I'm waiting on the Chase Bay's clutch line. Once I get that, I'll install it, mate the engine and the transmission together, hopefully get the engine bay primered, drop it in. Until then, I'm going to keep sanding and sanding. Let's see if we can't get this brake booster out of here. Give us a little bit more room for paint. Oh, that wasn't even bad. That's pretty easy to remove. I'm glad I did that, because that's just way more room for me to be able to sand and prime and paint correctly. And really, it took like 10 minutes to get that thing out. I think my little homemade paint booth didn't turn out too shabby. Just gotta wipe all this down, blow it off if need be, and then we're ready for primer. Oh, it's time. First coat of primer going on. Coat 2. Third coat of probably 10. Well, as you guys can see in the video, the engine bay is fully primered. A couple little spots needs touched up. Obviously, I have to sand it all down, and then it's gonna be ready for paint. Now, preview of the next upload. You can see here, we may have a full installation for the first time. Engine and transmission are in it right now, and it's all fitting perfectly. No issues at all. Also have some other parts that I've been working on that are necessary for this swap. So thanks for watching, guys. Stick around. Next video will be the installation of the engine and transmission for the last time before the final installation. So I'll go over fitment and everything of the Pennsylvania Performance motor and transmission mounts, motor mounts V2, plus the CX Racing headers. I have a steering shaft going in. I have release bearing parts and lines. I got a whole bunch in the next episode. Very, very happy with how the welding, the filling in of the holes, the shaving of the engine bay. Not a full shave, but you know, I still have some seam sealer to install and all that stuff, but very, very happy with how that all came out. So we'll see you in the next upload, guys. Thanks for watching.